Hello.
Evening. Which screen? Number two. Every time I do the layout for this, get lost. Oh yeah. It doesn't seem to actually work. Whoops. So let's see if it does this time. Right. Right, okay. Did Andy make it back, did he? Oh yeah, hi Andy. You're right.
Yeah, I did, mate. Yeah,
I was
live
at
and kicking.
I was at M25.
Yeah, yeah, sailed round. All good.
I've just had a look. Who's Don Quixote? Oh, no.
I
Hi,
didn't like
Clive.
Dick Turpin.
You didn't like Dick Turpin. We thought you were the pit stealer. So, we're. I'll move this down. Stop me looking at the different screens. I would look at the videos and no one likes to see the side of your face, do they? Let's get this down it. Get this out of the way off the other screens. Get out the flipping way. Oh, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Right. Don Quixote. Right, I like that. Right. Let's get. I'll tell you what we'll do first of all. We'll do a recap of what we did on the gap on not the gap, the dividend. So we had a 28 pip divvy on the FTSE at 4:30. So for the people that managed to sort of come and have a look, you can see here, this is the gap that dropped 28 pips. So what we were doing normally is, we buy for the dividend and we get paid when the dividend drop was at 28.23. Let's say it's just 28. So what happens on IG is if you are long at 4:30, precisely 4:30, you get 28x, 28 pips paid directly into your account. And then the market adjusts, and the market has adjusted down here. It was about 20, about 28, 29, 28, 29. And that's the gap. Normally, we would go along and the market would drop, we'd get paid 28 pips, and then we wait for the market to return. However, the 5-day ATR on the FTSE, in other words, 5-day average true range, is 96, and we're already 143 up. So the market was absolutely overextended. So the view was, or my view was, the market won't recover 100. It's already up 148 pips. Oh, I'm getting a lot of messages sent. Is it actually streaming? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's streaming fine,
it is.
Steve.
Yeah. Okay, great. Oh yeah, evening all. Yeah. Um, people don't like talking on people don't like talking to my streams for some reason. Anyway, um, the view was we would short it, and we were only up a couple of 2 or 3 pips, and the market then dropped. We made 28 pips on the drop, but we got 28 pips took off us because of the drop in the dividend adjustment. And then the market moved off even further. So we actually banked some more profit. And it looks like it definitely was the right thing to do because the market just never recovered. So no recovery. And Fed minute signal is to hold for now, no interest rate changes. So there is no big whoop in the market just yet, but I think that was expected anyway. I've not looked at any of these charts to see what's happened on NFP because I'm having dinner. So I'm just come back up to into the office to have a little look. Let's just have a look at gold first. Wow, right, okay. So we were all talking about you, Mr. Andy, all suggesting that I hope you took your gold short off.
Nah,
Uh,
I was
I think
I
that,
wasn't I wasn't at the screens. I was on the M25 having fun.
oh heck, okay. Well, just for a heads up for the people that weren't there, we've Andy spotted there'd be a potential reversal, and we said there's a 50% reversal point here. And just for a learning point, identified an M for murder pattern with the target being exactly here for the M for murder. So people that were playing chart patterns and the pattern recognition and trading pattern recognition, we had a resistance level here and an oblique resistance level coming down here as well. Just show. Can I show that? If I can move it, why won't it let me move the bloody chart? Oh, here we are. No, it still won't let me move it. Great. Never mind. So the idea was the market would probably come down to here, and the market actually did come down to 50% retrace. This is the 61, which would have been the extended target if you were actually trying to go short. And the idea was in this region, I thought I marked it up with I did, with a bullseye where I thought the market would come down to buy. So we bought the market shot up, and we're just gonna have a look. And the gold bots, oh, I'm being looked out. I'm gonna look back in again. Come on. I think it logs you out for 12 hours, doesn't it? Come on, log in. Let's go in. So what we should see is the market come in. There's no interest rate cuts. The market should come up. Just having a quick look in the history, see what the bots are up to. Right. Wow, Bitcoin. Bots on the Bitcoin. Massive short on Bitcoin out at $65. $65 961. So that was a really good win. Gold bots at 625 lost, and then won 330, 430, 424, 424, 432. So they all won as well. Just looking to see what happened while I've been away from the screens. So we've got the gold bots on. Let's check the switched on. This is the screen I'm looking at. Oh, great. Come on, IG, you can do better than this. There we are. So they're the bots. They've got a few in waiting, but we've got the trender. We've got Amazon sat there. Bitcoin's already won today. I've accidentally gone on. Why have I put silver on? I'm just going to take the silver bot off. And we should have Pac-Man running. No, we haven't. But it's getting a bit late in the afternoon now, isn't it? So, right. So as far as gold is concerned, what we're going to do with gold tonight, well, you can see quite clear the market is progressively making its way up. There's no interest rate cut. I'm just going to double check that. I'm sure there was no interest rate cut. Boom, 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 boom. Fed minutes, signaling, hold. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there's been a pause, so quite interesting. That should have caused the markets to to go up a little bit, but gold's gone up on the back of it as well. And then, yeah, it's already run up. So, as you know, with gold, if interest rates get cut, then bonds, the return on bonds go down, and therefore people come out of bonds and they put the money into gold. Gold goes up. If interest rates go up, money comes out of gold and goes into more equity return interest-bearing assets. Right. So what I'd like to be able to see here, we're on the 15-minute. We are really pulled back on the 15-minute on the stock. We could see a little bounce up from here. I'll just have a look on the 15 minutes, see what the Fibbo retrace is on this bottom here. All right, we've got a 38 Fibbo on the 1 hour 200 EMA. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put something, we'll alarm that one off, and we'll see where we get to, because I think this looking like this is more likely to stay where it is and then head up for the 5038 target that we actually do have. Let's just go out helicopter view again a little bit further. We are completely overbought on this. Let's get rid of this earlier stuff that we did today. Get that off. We don't need that anymore with a breakout. So get rid of that breakout. We can get rid of this line as well. And we can see where we are. 200 EMA at 1 hour. It'd be nice to have that as some support and see where we can go from there. Right, let's go and have a quick, let's save that. Let's have a quick look at silver. That's really shot up today, isn't it? It's quite a big run from this morning, early doors this morning, isn't it?
500, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a big one, that one. We were talking, I think EJ was talking, where's EJ? He's not in the room. We were about 7% up when we were talking this afternoon. Now 8% is a bit of a monster run, that, but you can see we're still not we're still not into day trading territory for actually going long. But there's a lot of people just tracking price action and putting what you would call a swag in on gold, which is the scientific wild ass guess. And nat gas, have a quick look at high-grade copper first, because that's has a really good run, and it has now caught my interest on a breakout of here. We were been trading copper for a few days until it dropped off, and I wasn't shorting copper. I want to buy copper, and now I will be buying copper if we break this 4-hour EMA. That puts us on the 415 strategy, or as we call it, the 15-minute bar. And that might be tomorrow's play, if not tomorrow, Friday's. Nat gas. Oh, we punched low here. Is Rory in the room? No, Rory's not in the room. I think Rory was sending me a note while I was out and about this afternoon looking for. It would have been good looking at some 4,000 call options this afternoon on that gas. We already have call options in, but he's wanting to build that on April calls for 4,000, which would have been very good value at the moment. Market is very negative at the moment. We are bouncing off this 2908 low, but yeah. So let's go back. So a quick look at the quick check on gold, where we are on the 15-minute reversal. Put that on the back on the 15 minutes. We'll put some alerts down. Kind of keen to go and have a little look at the S&P. We'll alert this off. So at the moment, we're bullish all the way down to 15 minutes. Let's check. Yeah, all the way down to 15 minutes, and from 4 hours to a day all the way down to 15 minutes. Market is bullish for a trend. As far as price action, it's negative. This isn't 9 EMAs, you know. As long as we're trading under 9 EMA, the market's price action is negative. That's what we use to determine whether we're going, whether the market's. I'm not on the, hi Steve, I'm not on the M25. Hiya Pep, how you doing, mate? I best write notes in. Am I got the I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Live. Hi guys. Right. So while we're trading under the 9, we're really price action negative. So we're looking for this to revert. Do I want to go on down to a 5 minute? Because we are trading above the 26. We haven't got a 26 cross. We are crossed under here. I'm just looking at the action. No, we do have right into the scalping action. I'm looking to see if there's any action there to be had, but we are putting in a series of lower lows and lower highs. So when it drop out the 5 minute, it's not something that is a real high probability. The high prob was a drop down into this level and run it on, and we got that anyway. We're just looking for another phase wave trade. So a phase wave would be markets only in two directions. These go up or they go down, and they're going in phases. So if you're with a trend, phase 1 or wave 1 is with the trend. Wave 2 is a pullback off the trend, and another wave 1's going back into the trend. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that to happen. Now, you could wait for a fractal break up here on a 15-minute, and there's another fractal break there on a 15-minute. I'll show you those, but the fractal tool on there, there's a 15-minute fracker there, or a 15-minute bar. Now, you could take either of those, because by the time we get to this fractal here, we're going to be trading above the 9 EMM. So I'm going to put some alerts, and then we're going to look at the S&P. Right. So when we're trading today, I was long on the S&P, but when the dividends was getting paid, I cashed out, but I only got 2 pips. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Get rid of that. Good job we did come out. The price action wasn't looking very good. So you can see where we are. With camera breakout long. The market's coming down. The market pipped at the open here to close that gap. So we're at 40, the gap, we come down at 46 and it's 43. It's within 3 pips. So we can count this gap here as closed. There's nothing in it. Market momentarily spiked down to close the gap and then rattled off. So let's have a little look at where we are. So obviously the market didn't like the interest rate decision being so there's a, if you can just I'll just take these EMAs off just a minute. You can see that I can actually that massive indecision candle at 7 o'clock when the when the notes come out and said interest rates are going to be put on pause. That wasn't really liked by the market. That wasn't. I don't even expect interest rates to be cut in the market to go back up. So interest rates being cut are staying as they are, as it is at the moment. It's kind of flat for gold. That market is going to pause for breath. You can see that quite clearly there. Didn't like that at all. But the market's on a rah-rah. We're trading under the 9 EMA, but the market is on the 4-hour. Have a look. It's negative. So we've got the S&P. I think Paul around. I think there must be a few people using the different links. I put too many links out, haven't I, there for all the different events that we're trading today, because Paul was wanting to trade the US 500, and obviously it's all dependent on FOMC. But market is negative on the 4-hour, and it's now negative on the 1-hour, and we are trading negatively. Do we follow this down? Well, the first bar to trade was this, the first 15-minute bar. There's the first 15-minute bar on the news. 15-minute flat top, closed under the 9 EMA, and most importantly, it's closed under C-ball. So that was the trade, which we were not around to take that. I certainly wasn't, which would have been a 1-to-1, which would have been 1-to-1 is there. Did anyone in the room take that? Anyone take the short on the US 500? And Paul was keen to do that, but that was a preemptive strike. No?
No.
No? Okay. Do I want to take that again? We are trading on the daily high, yesterday's daily high. Now, how would I treat that? Probably looking at that, we could look at fractal trading. So we will take, there's a fractal here. We can take, if we very quickly, we can take that fractal, we can take that as a 1-to-1 or down into the close. Just going to measure this now. We can round that up to 9 plus 7 point. Wow, hang on a second. What's going on there? All right, 1, 2, 3. 9. The market's running away. So we need to take that as 11 and 11, guys. 11 and 11. And hit the button if you can before I do. I'm talking away, and we're looking at that fractal break. We're right on that fractal at the moment. Smack. We can hit that if it's gone any right. A break of this fractal. What we're looking for is a 1-to-1 risk reward. We are trading with the trend. We are trading with a 4-hour trend, the 1-hour trend, the 15-minute trend, and now the 5-minute trend. We're trading under the 9 EMA, and our stop is on the reversal of that fractal. That make any sense? Can you trade interest rates on this platform? Can you trade interest rates?
No.
I don't know what you mean, Pep. Do you mean interest rate decisions? You can trade interest rate decisions, yes, on this on PRT and IG. Yes, you can, yes. But you'd be a bit mad to do that because it's very spiky. We're effectively trading an interest rate decision now, albeit a bit late. The interest rate decision is the market's paused. The market didn't like that, and it's coming off. Now, if you're trading interest rate decisions using fractals, then you'd have waited for the news and then took the first fractal break. What we're doing is, on the back of the news, looking at some structure and looking at the price action and the market's response to the news. Don't forget, you got to put all your biases in the bin when you're day trading. When you're trading at all, the market, one thing you got to remember always, the market is always right. Even when you think it's wrong, it's always right, because the market is a result of what the larger institutions are trading, and a combination of everybody else trading as well. It's the result of them trading. The market's always right. You might not like what it is, but you always trade what you see. always trade what you see and always be patient for the setup. Never put a swag in. A scientific wild ass guess sometimes wins and sometimes doesn't, but it's exactly where it is. It's a guess. Look for structure, have a strategy, wait for it to set up, fire the button. And if you have a strategy that has been proven and back tested and works better than 50-50, then it just is two things then. It's a first thing, it's a statistical game, because if you roll the dice and you win more often than not, you're always going to win. And the other element is patience. Patience always pays. You have to be patient. You have to wait for your strategy. That works more often than not to set up. Then it's just a matter of smashing that button with your correct risk reward. And if you lose, that's part of the statistics. If you lose, you're in the trade closer to winning. And that's just what it's all about. Trading doesn't have to be, is not exciting. It's a lot of waiting. People put a lot of videos up and it always looks exciting. Things are always happening really quickly. The truth of the matter is things don't happen really quickly all the time. When you gap trade in the morning cash markets, and it's all over and done with, usually in the first sort of 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes faster. But when you're trading just after a news event like we are, people have got all sorts of views and reactions. So you just got to wait for a setup. And we know fractal trading generally works really, really well. Well over 70% of the time, it actually works. So if we fail, we just wait for the next fractal and we go back in again. Right. So we're now aware that I'm just going to pull up another screen. Hey, Mrs. B's in.
Hello. Oh, yes, I'm late.
Yeah, we were talking about you, making sure, or at least this time of night, you're not sat in bed trading with your camera on.
She just got out of the bath.
That would be
Right.
even worse. I can promise
That,
you that.
that'd
Sat
even
with your
better.
turban on, yeah. Right. Sorry, we shouldn't jest and level. I forget we're streaming on YouTube, aren't we?
Oh,
So I forgot about, yeah. Beware what you're saying, B. You're on YouTube Live.
okay. Righty ho.
Right. So we're just talking about being patient, that's all. Using your strategy, being patient. Did you actually trade the divvy?
Did I? No, I didn't. I haven't done
Yeah, we
anything
went over
today.
that. It didn't work. We shorted the divvy
Oh, right.
and made money out of it. So not a lot of money, but nevertheless, it was overextended beyond the 5-day ATR.
Right. No, I didn't do any of that.
And all the kind of big moves have already happened today. The big moves happened in the morning, of course, that the market put its hand in the pocket and pinched money out of our pockets this morning.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then we opened the pockets up and they put it back in again. So, it take us away and it give us at the same time. And the gold bots absolutely murdered the market. So we're sat in a pot of gold coins at the moment. It'd be nice to, after the FOMC minutes, just get a nice trade off here. But, you can see we're bobbing down into the confluence, and all the boys that are looking at confluence trading will be all getting twitchy fingers into
Uh,
this area and trying to buy reversals. And if that happens, then so be it. The actual trade itself was here. A 1-to-1 risk reward would have been break of that bar there. Stop putting that tool on. Put the 1-to-1 tool on. Would have been here. There.
right. Okay.
And you could argue we could have, it might be we don't know whether that worked or not. You could argue the point. You can fix it so it worked, but it was so flipping close. The market came down. There's a 1-to-1 risk reward, 15-minute bar, break of the 15-minute bar, boom. The important thing is it closed under the 9 EMA and it closed under the C-ball. It was an absolute perfect storm, but we weren't around for that. Well, at least I wasn't around for it anyway. So we were looking at the 15-minute bars and the 15-minute bar to trade when we were live. First 15-minute bar was here, a break of here. But that by the time I'd finished yakking about the FTSE, the next 15-minute bar already started. So we dropped down into fractal structure on a 5-minute, and you could very quickly see the structure on the back of the fractal acted as a great stop. It was never broken. The breakages were always to the downside, which is exactly what you want fractal breakouts. So what's the law of what? It'll be that we'll be coming down, and we'll now get our first fractal break, a reversal. But if it happens, it happens. We've got a 9 crossing the 200 EMA, which is a really good sign as well. 9's under the 26 and 926 people. I'll be trading that on the trend. But we've just got to see here whether in this confluence here, whether people try and buy the market up. There's no reason for them to buy the market up, but there's no accounting for traders, is there? You just don't know. So the market, we did get a break. Market did push down, and it made 3/4 of the way to the target. Now it's decided just to, I think, what's the expressions, bugging about. And where we put a gold trade on, and that gold trade is, oh no, I didn't put a gold trade on. We put an alert on. We shorted the US 500, which we're in now. Sorry, we're in the gold, the April futures gold. I was just debating whether to take that one off, but you can see that just before I show you that, the market here looks like it may be hesitating, so really don't want to put the futures. I might just move the stop a wee bit. We're 80 odd pips up this morning, and we're now at 70 odd. The market's about 2%, nearly 3% up. I think I might just lock in. So we're about 26 pips, I think it was, 25 pips. So we're locking 50 odd. And in fact, what I will do, I'll put it under the swing low there. We can lock in just over 2%. And then that's everything on gold. Cashed everything out, and the bots are being cashed out and shut down. And
It's your fault my short lost.
say again.
So it's your fault my short lost.
It's
You
my
bagged
fault
along.
you're short lost. Well, you know what?
I like that little break
There's
out.
always some people that will trade. There's also always some people that will trade against the trend, and I guess you were it.
I guess so.
I did say
Yeah, I know.
that that would be where this is futures market. Where's the gold? Proper gold. Where's proper gold? There we are. Where is it? I did say this is where it would stop, but you know, it could have worked. You know, it's all right having a jest about it,
Yeah,
but
I
it
know.
could have worked. You don't know with gold. You don't know how far gold's going to pull back. But looking at the Fibonacci retraces and the price action, the impulsive move, that looked like a place where, from a Fibo point of view, and the Fibo boys would start to try and buy, and they did. And
What are you thinking about its next move up, Steve? What's your thoughts about that?
what are my thoughts? Well, if we know gold is well, the interest rate hasn't been put up, it hasn't gone down, it stayed steady state. We do know that just the background, see what in this morning, William. It's
No,
the lunar celebrations in China. China are the biggest users of gold.
right.
And the central banks have been buying gold as well in China, and to the rest, we've had that big lift. So until the 23rd, of this month, there is no big impulsive manufacturing buying for gold. So the thing that really needed gold to rocket up is an interest rate cut. But we haven't had an interest rate cut. But everyone. I won't go over all the history again. I keep saying it and saying it all the time. Gold will be going up for sure, but not forgetting, going back, we did this 50 years of history. In March, gold will be rebalanced. It always is. And generally, going into March, gold, you have rebalancing on the portfolios, and gold generally drops off. And then it turns around and we'll start building again. So we don't know what's going to happen with gold. We don't know next week on the 23rd if there's going to be holding off from China, or whether everything's going to get going again and gold's going to have a storm, or we get a topping of gold, a brief pullback. It'd be nice to get a 5% pullback, maybe 10% pullback, and then start the forward march on gold again. But as we come into March every year, it's always just be careful with the rebalancing on gold and silver. And DAX gets hit quite hard as well. But yeah, my view here would be to follow what the Fibbo boys would actually do, I think. So let's just drop it out a little bit, and you can see some really good price action there. So we can have a look at the Fibonacci's on WhatsApp. We'll clear the alerts off. And this looks very simplistic, but it is really. And people do follow this very, very simply. And the buy. So that phase one, pullback two, phase one, pullback two. If that's a pullback two, then we can have a Fibbo extension on this, and we'll put that on the bottom. And the pullback to two here. Now, my target that I set yesterday was 5038. And the 61.8% Fibbo, which will all be going for, is 307.7. So I would suggest we drop our target to 3036 as a front run. That would be where I think the market will go next. If this bottom holds, that has to hold. So that's the impulsive wave, 61.8% Fibbo. If you can look at the last impulsive wave and check what happened, was it a 61? Was it a 78? Don't know. Let's just have a little look while we're on the charts. Run that up. Well, just about 100% impulsive wave, just over 100%. So the market really did get a rah-rah on that first phase wave. So considering the conditions in the market, uncertainty has been a little bit removed, but we've been put on pause. The China celebrations, gold on pause a little bit, but with that pause, we had 100% Fibbo extension. So looking for a 61, it's not asking the world. The issue is the previous highs here. We've now broken structure price action from Monday. This is the server close on gold. And yeah, no reason at all that I can see without having a better crystal ball than we've got at the moment on news, that gold will not go up to. I'll revise, make a note of this for tomorrow, guys. Actually, that needs to be 36. If I can hit the right button, I'll get rid of that so I can type it in. We've got other people going for 37, and we just always need to be able to front run that. So we've adjusted that by 2 pips, but we set that target not knowing all this news anyway, 2 days ago. So this has to hold. Effectively, that's a 200 EMA. So if we put the price on that and we're going to display the gap to that, we're pretty damn close. So if this holds, this base here, if that holds, then I think we can easily see our way up to here. So we could put an order in, don't risk more than 1%, and see if the rest of the Asian Pacific market, ex China, can bring this next phase wave up overnight, because it did happen this morning. So it could have big run. And, we're going to be handing the baton over to Asia Pacific market soon. We've had that run, market peel back, and another big run has happened. So if you can look at the patterns do repeat. Markets always repeat themselves, and people are habitual at habit forming. They will see that again. The guys in Asia Pacific market will obviously know the news, know what's happened to their FOMC, and they'll probably see their way. As long as this bottom holds, I would suggest we will see 5036 tomorrow as a minimum. We'll probably get a mark. This is the top here at 46. We'll probably see the markets test this before potentially blowing out for the next target, which you watch out for the BRN and then the high, lofty highs up there at 5119. But just got to keep an eye on here. Looks like the market's coming down for another retest. There's a fractal here, another fractal there. I'll show you them. There's the fractals. But the market is slowly walking down. So we don't want to be trading this until we get some price action above the 9 EMA on a 15-minute bar. So it's a waiting game, and it's 8:15 now. We'll get an option to go in. We're going to finish around about 9 o'clock anyway. But, for the guys in the room, I would keep an eye on this, especially where's Paul? I had a really funny feeling Paul would be on tonight. He's in America anyway. He's there anyway. And I just had this feeling he'd have his camera on and he'd be sat there with his freaking baseball bat on the wrong way around, baseball cap on the wrong way around. And I don't know why it drives me bonkers. It does. I follow Matt Armstrong quite a lot on cars because I'm a bit of a petrol head. He drives me bonkers as well. There's no point in having a baseball bloody cap with a cap on it, because the fender on it, because it's always covering his back of his bloody neck to keep the snow off in England. It's not for the sunshine, is it? So I can feel a rant coming and say I'm going to shut up. Right. So right, we'll put the I'm just having a look. Yeah, there's Steve, is the red, the green line, the daily candle setting for the day? The red line, right. This red line is the bottom of the fractal structure or a sell signal, and the green line is the top of a fractal structure or a breakout. If that's what you mean, Pep. That's what they signal. I've colored it. You can color them any color you want. If you've got the fractals, just hit the configuration, and then you can set colors and anything you want. On all the different lines. It's easy enough to do, but I thought, well, it seems quite sensible. Why is that 19? Must have been having a senior moment. That should be 26. Yeah. Right. Is that what it means? Is that what Pep means? I don't know. Right, so I'm going to put this in, alert in. That'll do. We want to see it'd be nice to see the market revert. It'd be nice if we can get in on the action and trade that up. The stop on the futures markets round about here, locked in a couple of percent. But it would be nice to just put a few more rupees in. So one of the things I would say, guys, in the room is after 9 o'clock, I would put in if you could, I'd do a walk the dog on a 15 minutes. So I'd put an order in here with a stop under this candle with a target of 5036. So you're kind of looking at a 1 to 2, 1% risk over 2% reward, and leave that for the Asia Pacific market. Or, you know, if you've got the bots on, you've already made a ton of trades on that anyway. But it'd be nice if you can get something live. Let's just go and look at that S&P, see what's happening in there, because we're just rolling off. So, oh, well, that's been down to 57. It's been within 3 pips. We just need this thing to bleed off. You see the indecision candles are on the daily high. People trying to buy the market, but this market should drift off, it should drift down. It'd be nice if that drifted down while we were here. Has anyone been using the scanners today, the live scanners?
No, I need to catch up on all that, don't I?
I don't know. I don't know. I know Clive, or I should say Don Quixote. He come in as admin all the time, so I renamed him. As Dick Turpin. Obviously, he renamed himself. Oh dear.
Got warped.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I have the ability to rename on the fly, renaming people in the room. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Steve, are the scanner for the 415?
Yeah, the scanner is it looks at the 415. I set it up specifically to help people on either the 15-minute bar, the 415, yeah, or a 15-minute fractal, and it just rolls over. And
Is that different to the, sorry, is that different to the 415 comprehensive scanner?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's not the comprehensive. It's a modified simple version to give, because the scanner rotates every 18 seconds, going through all the different items, and it's the opportunity for I don't use a scanner too much myself, but I've started to. Now we're streaming this on YouTube all the time. It's always running in the background. There's just too many flipping opportunities that come up, and I hadn't realized. You know, the first day I got a couple of percent, the second day I got 4% yesterday. Today I got 2%. And that's only because the scanner's up on my big wall, and the room is running, and you look at them and you think, all right. And people mention, like Clive did this morning, and I think Andy put something there as well. When people all start looking at different things, and everyone goes in the chat and mentions something, you go, "Oh right, okay. I think I've got a version of it here." I'll just quickly flick it up. I think there's a version of it here. Scanner 2 on here. This is what it looks like running. Yeah. So if I just can I get it running, set it running, start auto start. So yeah, so what it does, you can see here, it's flipped. You've got the bullish column, obviously, in the bearish column. If it's in the bullish column, then they're all bull signals, and these are all bear signals. So this of course is the 15-minute bar. It's 15-minute chart on Echinacea candle, so it tells you the 15-minute bar or a fracker. So it's set up for a fractal or a 15-minute bar. You've got the stotch there to see, and then you have the bit of a helicopter view. You can see where this market is going for a heads up. So that's in a 1-hour chart. So when you see the markets, you got Camarilla breakout long, Camarilla breakout short, and you can see how markets react on CBOS, bounced off CBOL, and it's CBOS here, and you can see what's happening with the markets. Yeah, and you could click at that one. What's this? S&P, right on the snozzle there, and come straight off. Very important, these pivots. So you got your guiding principle, market come up the CBOL, coming back down. You got a crossover here. You've got the 200 EMA there, and then your market's tracking down. So what this does, it gives you a heads up and gives you the time to say, oh, I like that trade. It's looking good. This is a short trade, of course. And then, of course, that was a 15-minute bar there, which it worked, of course. You can see it worked. And all you do is leave this on the background, and it constantly scans all day, and it just gives you a list. There's 11 opportunities live to trade, and it's scanning constantly, 24 hours a day. Well, it isn't 24 hours. I only put it on after our live morning session at sort of 9:30, and then just let it run until maybe 9 o'clock at night. And it constantly finds the trades and sticks a combination up here. Doesn't get any better than that. It's absolute Muppet proof, I think. I think I've made it Muppet proof now, because we've had a few Muppets giving us the comments and helping us build it even better. But it's really good. So there's the 415 simplified. It runs on the slightly modified one, 11. So right, so that was 11. It's now only got 8, because this is for everyone else. The guys in the room, of course, Andrea, you know better. You know all the finite details and the strategy. This is using a bit of a bomb-proof 15-minute bar reversal for people to actually use. So this was one of the ones that was called this morning on crude, 15-minute bar, boom, absolutely 2% and no problem whatsoever. So that's a scanner anyway. And if you go on YouTube, you can see the links. I put the links in the Slack room every day anyway. Just stick it on in the background, and if you've got a spare screen, you can have it, or just use your own. But I've set this so it does it automatically. You don't have to keep flicking through. It rotates every 20 seconds. So it's refreshing the screen all the time and constantly looking all the time. And yeah, so this was one that we traded as well, euro pound, that I took out before it hit full target, because I didn't think it would, but it did. Crude hit 2x, gold as well. So really good. People are making money out of it, which is nice. Whereas, so I've got the scanner switched off at the moment because we're trading live anyway, but the scanner will be on every single day. And, I should let some of the old ex-traders know, because I don't know whether they, if you're doing the scanner internally on your machine, then it doesn't work automatic. The scan works automatically, but it doesn't automatically throw a graph up to make you sit up and look. So I'll just put this back into the what we're trading at the moment. Oh, there we go. So we're looking for this to come off, yeah. Oh, I've got the screen. Sorry, turn the flipping screener off. What's it doing? It's automatically playing me flipping screener now, isn't it? How do I turn this off? Manual mode, get off. That's it. Let's put the US 500 on as well again. What have I done? So there's our trade. We just need to pop down. It'd be nice to get it live. If you haven't looked at the, I did the video that you asked for, everyone asked for, which was the live DAX trading. It's on YouTube at the moment. And I've cut out, we got all the predictions in the morning. Then I did the mini videos to let you know what was going on. And I stitched it all together for a little snippet, just to provide a kind of a 20-minute learning event, which describes how to close the morning gap, why to close the morning gap, what macroeconomics mean in closing the gaps, cash markets. So this is indices, any index, how to read the EMAs, what combination of EMAs, what is a candle pattern, candle structure you should be looking at day in, day out, and how to trade it. I did the forecast, it did everything we said it's going to do and hit the full target as well. And that's just cut down over, it's all recorded, and I put it on YouTube as a learning event. And where is it? Let me have a look. I don't know whether did I put the link in the Slack room? I'm not sure whether we did or not. Just gonna pull it up.
I saw it on YouTube. I watched it when I had a quiet period at work. It was good.
Ah, right, yeah. There's the long form one as well. So someone's had said they wanted to look at the warts and all. So unfortunately, it's warts and all and me ranting as well. So if you sometimes people don't get the opportunity to be there all day, do they? Or get sick of listening to me all day. So I'll put the YouTube channel up. That says now. There it is there. Where how could I find that? Where's my videos? But there it is. That's a video there. That I put last night, and then that's linked to a playlist which is the live trades. Where's the videos? Videos. There it is. I called it Mind. It was doing the gap. That's probably a daft thumbnail to have because people won't know what minding the gap is. Unless you're from England and London, you don't know what minding the gap is here, really. So this is the condensed version, showing you all the live trades and all the explanations. This is a setup with gold and the DAX and the explanation, the long form. So that's 23 minutes, and that's an hour and 44 of me ranting and all uncut recorded. So it's the same thing. So I should really have a better explanation on that one, really, I guess. But I'd got a couple of notes saying, can we see the full version? So I just threw the full version up, completely uncut. There's a lot of other learning points in that as well, but it takes a lot for a YouTuber to sit for over an hour watching or listening to an old grunt rant, really. I think once it gets past 20 minutes, everyone loses the will to live and they want to go on to the next shiny, new, bright thing that's going to make them a trillionaire. But there we go, me, the cynic. Right, let's have a quick look at gold. Well, everything's stopped a bit. Look at that, the ATR. Down from 18 from best part of nearly 200. Oh, on the 4 hour. I thought that was a bit low. Yeah, banging on toward 250. It's the average true range is just above what it should normally be. Was all last year while it was making money, and then we had this massive sell-off with the average true range going absolutely ridiculous. But it's settling down a little bit now, so we should hopefully see some steady state run-ups, and that would be good. But yeah, today, if we don't get a trade set up to look at, then I will be putting an order in here. You could just go for a 1-to-1, but I think you could get a better. I think I'll set my walk of the dog trade and 1%, 2%. There's a 3.5x, 4x there you could get overnight, I believe, but that's just me. Do your own research and, actually it'd be good if I could actually write it, do it properly as well. That's the bar for walking the dog. After 9 o'clock, if we haven't got a position in the market, then that's where I will put my trade on with a stop at this swing low. And if the market drops off, it doesn't matter. If the market does do a reversal, like it has done previous mornings on the Asia Pacific session, then the Asia Pacific session did 100% Fibo expansion. This is a 61.8% expansion there. 5037.7 is the precise number, but we're going to front run it to 36. So this is all recorded, like all the sessions are recorded, so you'll be able to kind of watch this anyway. Why am I getting messages from YouTube? Aren't people watching it? They're sending me notices. Don't know why I do that. When you're live on YouTube, there'll be someone watching doesn't want to say anything, but rather than just give me a note on chat, they send you an email. I don't understand why. Although, if anyone's watching this who does want to know something but are a bit hesitant to put something in the chat, just put it in the comments after we finish the session. And if it's in the comments, then I'll spot it straight away. And I will answer all comments. So if you put some in the comments, then message to Spain. My passport's been issued. So I should get that the next day or two. Has been approved. Has been printed, and it's in dispatch. Yippity doo-dah. Right, what else? I'm just looking, sorry, I'm getting involved in, this is why I shouldn't have the Outlook up, because looking at all the flipping messages, I'm gonna have to spend, I've had 67 emails off YouTube today. I need to answer. I wish people would just put it in all the questions in the comments. Right. Oh, we're getting a little bit of movement. Where's my mouse? A little bit of movement here. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a little look at that 15-minute bar trade that I didn't do on the US Open for the tech. So before we go to that, what we're looking at is if the trend is up, after the first 15-minute bar, doesn't matter whether it's a green, so let's say the trend's up, for argument's sake. The first 15 minutes of action, if the market is positive, they're looking for a break of that candle. If the candle is red, it'll still high probability of it working. If it's green, it's a super high probability of taking a break. And it's a trade under the 15-minute, not swing low, the 15-minute bar. We'll have a look at that. But we've got, it looks like we might be getting a setup on gold, which would be nice. Quick look at the US 500. We'll look at the NASDAQ, and then we will come back to gold because it takes 15 minutes. Well, look, would you believe it? Look at this. Where's my drawing pen? Look at that. We've got that lovely structure, no breaks whatsoever. And then what do we get? A punch on a reversal, but our stop is on the previous fractal break here. But if people are walking the stops down, then we're so close to being stopped out there. It's probably only half a pip from being stopped there if people are walking the stops down. And if you look at this structure, you can see thing that's really different is, look at that 9 EMA, nothing is closing above it until you get here. This is going to close above the 9 EMA. What a pain in the ass that is. It'd be nice to have got this off at the end. We got nearly down to the target. We'll see. I'll put an alert to see if that's going to knock us out. We'll put alerts on there. That'll be a little bit of a shame if that happens. Right, NAS. I'm going to take the pivots off because I've not done the pivots. So these pivots are wrong. Hide. So we'll take it to 15-minute bar and then take the frackers off. Right, we're looking for the 230 bar. So there's the bar there, which it closes at 245. So the trade is a break of that bar going to the top side. It's worth looking at this every single day. Yeah, that's the trade. Easy. There's a trend. Boom. Nice break up. Break of that 15-minute bar. Such an easy trade to do. The thing is, it's that flipping easy and straightforward that you just don't believe. It's like a 15-minute bar. A lot of people never believed in it until it started working all the time. And then people then do start. It doesn't matter. Keep it simple. Trading doesn't have to be complicated. This market doesn't know it should reverse. Look at this. This is what we do not want to see on a pullback. This structure here. I'll just show you the structure. So we've got the structure that's been coming down. Now we've got a leg coming up, forming a potential new fractal sequence. And we've got the bar actually closing above the 9 EMA. If the overall trend wasn't as indicating that as strong as it is, all the way down to 5 minutes negative, if it was a mixed bag, then on seeing this candle close, you'd bug out on it and lose 0.5%. But the market is quite negative. So we might just see this break into, we might see a fractal here, and then it might come down. We could see another leg coming down. If that breaks up, then game over, really. I don't mind losing when we miss our target by a couple of pips. So what do you think we could have done differently on this one? When we're not forgetting we're 2 pips away from a full target. No one? Well, we should have moved, or I should have moved and indicated a stop to entry. Because once we get 3/4 of the way there, we generally put our stop to entry. So if we lose, we have a no loss, no gain function. And there we are, got that fractal break up, and that's popped us out. So that's a shame. I'm not going to trade that again for 8:45. But it'd be worth, marking this up and just having a wee look. In fact, I'll put the marker in here now, and we can review that after tonight. Another quickie on that FTSE, has that whole started to climb up. So this is the gap. The gap was from there to there in the hole. So for the market to come back into balance, in other words, there is a close. There will be the close is marked here. This has to come all the way up to here. And obviously, not obviously, just doesn't look like it's going to do it, does it? Let's see if we can get something on that gold.
I just got tagged in.
All right, you did the fractal, did you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For the room, we'll get a little bit more confirmation when 14 minutes starts. That'll be right at 9 o'clock. But either that what I'm looking for here, I'd like to see first if people are going to copy this in the room. For people in my trading room, have more confidence in taking that trade, which I'd be confident taking that trade. But if people are going to copy me, I want to make sure it's no such thing as bomb-proof. As you've just seen, we come within 2 points of hitting a full target. Me too busy talking, didn't put stop to entry and paid the price. Here, this is so 9. Whoops, get the arrow correctly. So there's a 9 EMA there. The perfect storm would be for this candle to close above the 9 EMA and for it also to be a flat bottom. That would be perfect. And we will get that right at 9 o'clock, I would think. We've got 13 minutes left for this candle to close, which is right on 9 o'clock. But, once that's in, then that alert, what's alert triggered off? What has alert triggered off? Oh, Germany. Let's get rid of that. That's out of date now. US 500. It's popped up again. So I'm just going to quickly set and move my futures gold or lock some more profits in. Oh, that's enough. It's there, isn't it? Bit pedantic. Let's just round it up to 6. Round up a little. It won't round up, will it? That's close enough. So definitely got a gold trade on. We definitely lost the US 500. That's it. It was a bit of a shame, that one. Should have been no loss no gain, but the market always teaches you a lesson if you don't act correctly. And that should have been a stop to entry. So this is this will be a nice long. Let's just have a little look. where if you want to trade that fractal, then 13 pips to do the job. Well, you could do it third. You could get a 2% straight into the action that's already happened today, but that'll be a 2%. I would be quite nice to give it some all the way to the top there for the reasons that I've just mentioned. Is Mrs. Lewis in the room?
36.
Oh, is that Don Quixote?
Yeah, I was going to ask you what your target was on the gold.
5036.
Yeah, 50.36. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it for the overnight session. And I'm going to switch my Pac-Man on overnight. So if so I'm going to put the Pac-Man bot on, and I'm going to put my scalper on as well. And I've got the trender on as well, so we've got a full suite running, so that's fine. Oh heck, the bot's gone on instantly. Right, wow. Well, there we go. The bot spotted the trade straight away. So maybe we should all be in. So logic's very rarely wrong. So the bot's in instantly, 17 pip stop, 34 pip target. Right. Okay, so at least the gold bots. So if you put your gold bots on, guys, looks like the scalper will be in straight in like a rocket. That took seconds for it to execute. So yeah. It went in at 49.85.6.
Is that your trender, is it?
I can't read it down there. It's off the. Which one is it? Pac-Man.
Oh, Pac-Man.
That's me. That is the Pac-Man biter bot. Runs in at 5 minutes. It goes in and sweeps up the rupees quite quickly. It's been devastating today. It's worked really, really well. And if you notice, the reason I put it on, just to highlight to the guys in the room who are running these bots, look at that. It's exactly what it should be. Again, if I put it on there, it would have, it already did. When it come back here, it would have sat, and then just devastated the market there and took money out of the market, and doing exactly the same thing now. Just switched it on live like you saw, and it's just gonna, it's just gonna sit here. I was going to say it's just going to sit here until the conditions are right, but obviously the conditions are right. It's gone straight in, and it's in here. So
do you tend to use the 15 stotch more than the 5 stotch for that one?
I use both. It all depends on the action. Look, all the on. Yeah, you can use the 5. No, if you've got a really good market which has got a really good like fractal structure and it's running, then that Pac-Man is, well, it's done 3 trades for me today. So it's done 6% today. Each one hit full target. It sounds really good, but we lost money this morning that counteracted some of that trading. But it's not save the day, they're just very powerful traders. As you know, just one of them alone last year made over 200% bank. And we've got a whole set of 3 working now on 5 minutes and 15 minutes with different combinations. There's realistically, we should be looking at somewhere between maybe between the three bots. It's not unrealistic to think you're going to make about 400% bank on those bots alone.
I've been using it on the 5 stocks. It's been going quite well actually. So just because I work all day and it's quite difficult to kind of keep an eye on some of the trades, so I use it on a night and it's quite good.
Yeah, they are good. Well, if you could put the scalper on with, we know the scalper. If you get thrown under a bus, it'll probably make 100% bank a year. But the Pac-Man, it'll certainly empty your pockets if you leave it on all the time, because it's a very aggressive bot. But knowing what I've just said about the markets and the Asia Pacific markets, the Fibonacci, all that stuff we've talked about, I'm quite happy to let the Pac-Man take the strain overnight, and the scalper, and and the trender as well, because that kicks in. Then it's got such a good distance to run. Once it gets past 8 points on the Pac-Man and scalp and 12 on the trender, it will automatically protect itself from a reversal. So if it reverses, you'll win a 1 point. If it hits full target, then you're going to hit 2% plus. So the headroom is there to try and catch the Asia Pacific market while you're in bed. Right. 5 minutes to go. We know the market. This has got over an 82% hit rate at the moment. So you could actually put an order in for 4986. 4986 would that's where it's gone in, which is a break without fracker, of course, isn't it? But then these have been statistically, you're statistically measured for the impulsive moves. So the stop, you couldn't have a small stop. You could have a 7. You could just set the same. You could do a 17 and 30. It hasn't lost in the past couple of days, so you could set a 17 and 30 and be on the side of the robot. I'm intrigued on that US 500. It'll be pretty upsetting if this has come all the way down, hit the target now.
No, he's going out towards Seabowl.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, it's good wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate being wrong by 1 pip or 2 pips.
Yeah.
If it smashes you out the ballpark, I'm pretty happy about that. At least we only lost 1%.
It was a good wrong for me.
I did actually move my stop to break even. So.
Oh, there's always one smart ass in the room, isn't there?
There's two.
Oh, there's two. All right, so you two, why didn't you tell me while I was waffling?
Exactly.
Well, you wasn't waffling.
All right, okay, so everyone can trade better than me. All right, fine.
No, you told us how to do it. You don't want to hear the next bit.
What, you've gone long, have you?
I bet he's still long.
Well, it met my 78% fib strategy that you taught me.
Yep. So we're gonna. Are we on the S&P? Keeps going along. Are you going to take the baton up from Mickey Long?
Yeah. I knew you was
Mickey
going
Long,
to say
Collie,
that.
Andy Long.
Yeah. No, not doing that.
It looks like silver's starting to try and push its way up again.
Oh, don't get me interested in silver this time of night.
I'm confused about that stop. I can't work this out now.
Which stop?
Well, so you've got a trade on it. You've got a trade on it.
It's a robot, Bridget.
Yeah, no, I understand. So you've got 4985, right?
Yep.
And the stop on that is what?
4968. 17 pips below it. I know what's confusing you, because
I'm very confused.
IG has started dropping the bot into the bottom left-hand corner, which it shouldn't.
Oh,
Yeah, rather than
It's
on that
ridiculous.
line.
It's bloody ridiculous. Look at that.
yeah. Oh, that's
Wherever you
terrible.
do, it drops it in there. I don't know why it does it.
I see. I see.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
You've been upsetting your mate again, haven't you?
Well, he's a dickhead. But anyway, sorry.
Don't forget, no, you're on YouTube and he watches
yeah.
YouTube.
Well, we didn't mention names, did we? So,
The thing is, he knows exactly you're talking about him now.
Nothing decent.
well, he's upset me enough times, so I don't really care. Oh, okay.
You forget we actually asked. We can't have the normal banter that we have in the room because we're streaming on YouTube, and
no, we mustn't. We mustn't.
It might get it. You know, it's
yeah, we mustn't.
Not everyone likes banter.
No,
right.
No. True.
So where is the stop then, Steve? Can you...
Yeah, Andy, let me explain. See, it's dropped it in the bottom left-hand corner, but the stop is where the stop says it is. So it's because the stop is 4968, but it's sitting above the trade instead of what we normally see, which would be under the trade.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh no, mine's on where the trade is. That's why Pac-Man's just gone in.
Yeah, I'll look at Don. Don's got it right. So I don't know if you saw that. I thought I was going to put an order in, and the bloody thing went in.
I know, I saw it.
That's a mistake. It should be about. See this, right?
Oh yeah.
Don't know if you spotted that, but it should be here. I'm too busy doing right and left flipping clicks, and that should be the trade like that. So it should be 49.86.5-ish, and I've done it a pip early, a little bit early, but you know, I could argue the point. I've done that fractal, but I didn't. I made a cock up of it. That's what I've done, and I put a 14 pip stop on that at 2% trade, and I am going all the way up into the target at 5036. So the stop really should be 14 with a break above here, and that should get us on our way. So apologies for my left and right buttons.
17, yeah.
So one bot's in, and it's just about scratch. We've got a trade on that's not moved really, and we're into settling now on the US 500 American markets. Don't forget that. Is it worth me writing up the 15-minute bar on the NASDAQ?
I've written it down.
It's such an easy one to do.
Tomorrow. I'm going to have a go.
Yeah, write it down. Yeah.
Really?
I've got an even better idea. See how well you've all been listening. You write it down and send it to me. I'll tell you whether it's right or not.
Well, I've written it down. I'm going to have a go tomorrow. See what happens.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good trade. You got to wait 15 minutes. You got to be diligent, and then you just got to smash the button.
Yeah.
You just trade the breakout.
It's like the 15-minute bar long, 15-minute with the trend, pre-cash, only on the NASDAQ at 1:30. So 1 hour before when pre-cash opens, 1:30, 15-minute bar reversal at 1:30. It used to be a trade for the guys in the room, where maybe Bridget will know, Andy might know, I might predate Andy, won't predate Bridget, but we used to, I'll dig the strategy out. It used to be one of the things to do, but not many people in the room did bother trading the NASDAQ because generally you'd made your money for the day in the morning. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought I didn't recognize it.
Yeah. So there's some trades that we had and we dropped. The thing is, there's like 1,000 ways to trade correct and probably 20,000 ways to trade wrong. It's which little bunch of trades do you choose to teach and use practically and demonstrate that they actually work consistently without having too many to cause, cause confusion. Yeah.
So sorry, I think I might have written this down wrong then. So did you say that was at the open of the NAS, or it was at 1:30, or were you crossing over into the other different strategy then?
Oh, no me B, I've moved on already. Yeah.
Was it 2:30?
2:30 bar, 15-minute bar break of that.
I'm
it's
right.
A direct break of that bar, regardless of the color.
Yeah. No, that's
or
okay.
1:30, a 15-minute bar in the direction of the trend.
Okay.
So it's pre-market.
Pre-market, yeah.
Right.
Pre-market.
Yeah.
It's two different ones on the NAS.
Yeah.
And then there's the normal stuff you want to do. If you want to do on the NAS, then you can. The frackers, 15-minute bar reversals, but after 3 o'clock. Yeah. But it depends where you want to make your money, really, doesn't it? Really, because when you think about it, we open up at 10 to 8 in the morning, do the trades in the morning. We had to trade a little bit more. I thought if you had the bots, you didn't have to trade anymore because you got all your money back and made some profit. But we had the morning sessions, which none of the gaps closed. And remember the gap, we've got a gap. If you look at the DAX before I go. So look at that. We have, I can put it in now. I'll just put it to the hour for tomorrow. I'll make a note of this. There is the to configure that. Get rid of that. Oh, that's an interesting day. 208, 221 of February. So 16th of Feb, closing gap. So there's a gap tomorrow to hit. And then there is the daily high as well. We have an X gap as well. And an extreme gap there as well. And that'll be tomorrow. So you've got two gaps. The market opened and broke away for a new all-time record high, of course, here on the NASDAQ, on the DAX, sorry. FTSE all-time record high as well. Oh, no, it isn't an all-time record high. There's the all-time record high. Sorry. It was just a high. The FTSE is an all-time record high. So we've got an extreme gap there for tomorrow and a closing gap. And the gap, where was the gap? Where was the roughly the gap today? Where was the close that'll open up tomorrow? So, wow. So it's going to end up like a bit of Swiss cheese with the opening and closing gap. So we've got a close all the way up here, roughly. We don't know what the settlement price is, but it's at 25,286, 25,286-ish. So the market's already trading under the gap for tomorrow already. But would you chance it overnight? You're not going to put a long in for that gap when you've got an X gap and a closing gap the previous day there. So interesting open tomorrow.
Are you going to come on tomorrow, Steve, at any time, or are you off for the whole day?
No, I was going to have a sleep in till 6:30 in the morning or something, but I don't know whether I'm going to now.
Well, just yeah, you don't need to get up till 7.
Well, yeah, I suppose I don't have to do a pre-market report.
No,
I
don't
could
worry
just
about
roll onto the screen and say, this
Just
is what
roll
we're
onto
going
the
to do.
screen like the rest of us.
I'm usually up bloody 3 hours before the rest of you lot.
I know, doing all the
What's
work.
going on?
Steve does all the
Sit
work.
in bed.
I could do it from my bed, couldn't I? Make sure the camera's not on.
Yeah, don't do it, Bridget.
Do a Bridget. Sit in bed with a laptop on.
Or comb your hair first.
Well, yeah, it's always better to comb your hair first.
Do you know what? Look at this. This is a great example I'm going to show you now of how shite ChatGPT is on the upgrades. Do you remember? Do you remember? I said I put an agent on in the morning to do the daily edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still working.
What, for this morning's?
Yeah.
Well, good thing you're not paying him a wage, no.
Yeah.
My God. He'll come up with an excuse now. Something went wrong here.
Thinking.
Why are you still working?
I didn't understand that. Setting up my desktop. So this is a great thing about ChatGPT now with the Pro version 5.2. It's crap. It just ignores what you're saying and then tries to continue on with its work. This is a great illustration.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm paying $200 a month for every single high-end stuff you can get. And then, with doing all the GPTs and algos that I've got, I'm going to probably kick it into touch. It's just crap now. And retiring, the only one that worked really good for high-level reasoning was the version GPT-5 Pro Deep Think. What a brilliant piece of kit that was. 5.2 is absolute crap. It doesn't even respond to you.
Bit like my kids then, really. In fact, it's a bit like everybody in my life.
It won't answer the question. It ignores you. So it puts you to one side. I'm not reworking anything. I'm following the plan to collect necessary market data.
Oh, you didn't speak to it then?
Have you told it needs to produce a report by a certain time?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I give it 30 minutes to do the assessment and let me know at 6:30 this morning. Yes, I'm being transparent. So why have you been working since, let's say, 7 a.m.? Please explain. Right, I can get rid of this. Hang on a second. Hey, Sophie. Wake up. Hey, Sophie. Are you there?
I'm here. What's on your mind?
Oh, eventually, I thought you were asleep.
No, I was here. I was just waiting for you to toss something interesting my way. Let's get to it.
Something interesting? Why don't I say things interesting?
You're right. That was a cheeky way to put it. I'm always ready for whatever's on your mind. Boring or not.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's getting a bit chopsy. One thing I wanted to ask, if you look into the GPT, I asked under I asked this morning around about 7 o'clock to do a market analysis on intraday trading, and for some reason, the system just keeps reworking. Do you know why?
I can't see exactly what happened at that time without the full context, but if it was reworking, it could be that the instructions were a bit tricky or something wasn't clear. Sometimes it tries to refine or iterate if it thinks it missed something. If you want, you can show me what you were aiming for and I can help you troubleshoot or clarify it.
Well, it was for day trading, and the day trading's finished now. What I'm interested in, while you're here, could you explain to me why GPT are retiring GPT 5 Pro? Because it worked really well.
That'd be a no then.
So far, there's no official evidence that GPT-5 Pro specifically was retired. What happened is that OpenAI announced the retirement of some older models inside ChatGPT in February 2026 due to low usage and complexity. But specifically for GPT-5 Pro, I didn't find any direct retirement notice. If you meant something more specific, I can help look further.
Well, hang on a second. New chart. But hang on a second. I'm just going to have a quick look. Legacy models. It actually, I'm reading it now. It actually says GPT-5 Pro is leaving on February the 19th. Why didn't you know that?
Thanks for the heads up. Looks like I didn't catch that update. Sometimes these announcements.
I'll tell you what, Sophie, I've had enough. I'll speak to you some other time. Thanks for your help. Bye-bye.
No problem at all.
Freaking women.
I need to get one of them.
You know what? It's it's no inference. It's, well, if you've got something interesting to say, I'll answer you. In other words, you're boring.
Do you know what?
I mean, the chat GPT now is getting chopsy. It argues with you, and it says there's no plan to retire the software. And then you tell it, yes, it is. You've told me. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I reckon Sophie's going to divorce you and take your house.
So these are the problems I've been having. You pull GPT up and it says, no, that's wrong. And he said, no, you're lying. Yeah, well, yeah, probably was. Yeah, you got me. All right, then. What do you want me to do? I'm thinking, for God's sake, what do you have to do? This is why, these ones, this one, for instance.
Do you know the difference, though, sometimes between my screen and your screen is that spot gold tells me I'm 50 points up, but I went in at the same time that you did.
50 points up?
Yeah, it says I'm 153 quid in credit on that line. And it does this to me all the time. And you have to come out of it and say, that can't be right. And then it goes back and says, oh no, you're actually losing about £25. Sorry about that. It happens all the time, constantly. So I am 153 quid up at the moment.
I bet if you try to close it out, it'll revert it. No, he's an interesting thing. Totally different, but when talking about figures being wrong, I went into Aldi today, as you do, and I bought a lot of stuff, and the bill come out, and it was 1 pence. And the guy said, do you want a receipt? He pulled the receipt, looked at it, went, that's wrong. I said, yeah, there's about 50 quid's worth of shopping there. He said, why is it done 1 pence? I said, what are you asking me for? So he just tapped the keyboard a few times, and it come out at 58 quid. But do you know what it did? It added the penny on the top as well. I said, you've overcharged me by a penny. He just looked at me as though I was from Planet Zog.
I'm going to come out of it, and then I'm going to close it down. Then I'm going to come back.
Right, I'm going to turn this off because I'm going to go and
see what it says.
Let's see what Bridget's talking about.
I'll press trade. Oh, look, £15. I'm £15 in the red.
Oh dear.
That does it all the time.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
It's really gets on my bloody wick.
Yeah. Right. Any questions before? Oh God, I forgot. We're still. I think she needs overtime. Not you. He meant GPT. I think. I think. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The guys are watching YouTube. It's not always like. Well, it is always like this, but we don't usually. We put usually a polished face on for YouTube.
Yeah, this is usually in the room.
It's usually just in a private room, you know.
Yeah.
There we go. I should really cut out all my ranting about GPT, shouldn't I?
Nah.
And Sophie needs to get a bullet.
Yeah.
The Bareface lied here. Now the new version 5.2 Pro. I can't believe she said if you said something interesting, I'd answer you.
I know she said that, didn't she?
I know. I'm boring. Never mind. I don't know. So these tools are now having a personality now. When you've got something interesting to say, I'll answer you. Oh, great. You know.
That was good.
Never mind.
ChatGPT.
All right, guys. Might see you tomorrow if I can. I might see you tomorrow if I can roll up. Well, I will be up anyway, but
was it a day off tomorrow then? Because I missed that. Hello?
What page are you on, Bridget?
Pardon?
What did you miss?
I said, were you having a day off from the session tomorrow? Because I missed that bit.
All right.
It may tell me in the room, but I haven't looked.
That hurts deep, that, because I actually put the message out. No one reads my crap that I put out.
I know I do. I do normally, but I haven't been on much this week, so I just kind of rolled.
Having a Sophie moment.
Hey,
yeah,
Dom,
if you could say something interesting,
you're on dodgy ice, Bridget. Yeah, be careful. On that note, I'll probably see you all in the morning. If I do come in the morning, but are you up? Are you on the morning session now, Bridget?
I hope so. The problem I've got at the moment is that I've got a bunch of really dirty puppies that are 6 weeks old. So,
oh yeah, of course you have. Yeah, I forgot.
So I get up in the morning at 6 o'clock, and the first thing I do is scrub it.
Mm.
Oh.
So then I try to get to the screen. Then I think, oh crap, look, I haven't fed the horses yet, and then they're all banging the doors, and I'm thinking, oh, trade horses. What should I do? Oh crap! Oh, I don't know what to do now.
Need to get up earlier.
No, I thought I'd leave Steve because he likes early.
Here we go again. Don's him on the stables at the moment. You've been that door bang.
It is actually the puppies have really cut into my whole day, really. So hopefully they'll be gone soon. So
yeah,
they were not planned.
Well, don't worry. I probably will get up.
So yes, is the answer. Anyway, I hope to be there.
And we'll open the room up at 10 to 8, and then we'll just slate you. That's all when you're not there.
As you well know,
we'll have a Bridget slating session for 5 minutes.
As you well know, Steve, I've spent my life being used to that, and do I care? Ooh, no then.
Well, look bothered, yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah. Oh God, we're still on the YouTube. Sorry.
All right. See you tomorrow.
The guys on YouTube. Sorry. For the guys in the room, I'll see you in the morning.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Bye,
Bye, Bridget. Bye.
Bye.